भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयाम् उदीरयेत्। शृण्वतां स्वकथा कृष्ण पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तना हृदयन्तस्थो हि अभद्राणि विधुनोति सुहृत्सताम् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टकी. So, dear devotees, we are reading fourth canto, chapter 24, verses 59 and 60. So, chapter 24, the title is Chanting the Song Sung by Lord Shiva, or in other words, Rudra Gita. Verse 59. Nayasya chittam bariharta vibramam tamo guhaya cha vishuddhamavisha yad bhakti yoganugrihita manjasa munir vichaste nanu tatra te gitam gatim tatra te gatim. Synonyms: na, never; yasya, whose; chittam, heart; bahihi, external; artha, interest; vibramam, bewildered; tamaha, darkness; guhayam, in hole; cha, also; vishuddham, purified; avisat, entered; yat, that; bhakti yoga, devotional service; anugrahitam, being favored by; anjasa, happily; munihi, the thoughtful, vichaste, sees; nanu, however; tatra, there; te, your; gatim, activities. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The devotees whose heart has been completely cleansed by the process of devotional service and who is favored by Bhakti Devi does not become bewildered by the external energy, which is just like a dark well. Being completely cleansed of all material contamination in this way, a devotee is able to understand very happily your name, fame, form, activities, etc. Purport. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, 25th chapter, 25th verse, Satam prasangan mama virya samvido bhavanti hrit karana rasayanah kata taj joshanad ashva apavarga vartamani shraddha rathir bhaktir anukramishyate. Simply by the association of pure devotees, one understands the transcendental name, fame, quality, and activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has repeatedly said, Sadhu Sangha Sarva Shastrik hoy, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha Sarva Siddhi hoy. Chaitanya Chaitamrita Madhya 2254. Simply by associating with pure devotee, one becomes wonderfully advanced in Krishna consciousness. Sadhu Sangha or association with a devotee means always engaging in Krishna consciousness by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra and by acting for Krishna. Specifically, chanting the Hare Krishna mantra purifies one. And this chanting is therefore recommended by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Cheto Darpanamarjanam. By chanting the names of Krishna, the mirror of heart is cleansed, and the devotee loses interest in everything external. When one is influenced by the external energy of the Lord, his heart is impure. When one's heart is not pure, he cannot see how things are related to the Supreme Personality of God. Idam hi Vishwam Bhagavan Ivetara. He whose heart is purified can see that the whole cosmic manifestation is but the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But he whose heart is contaminated sees things differently. Therefore, By satsanga or associating with devotees, one becomes purified, perfectly pure in heart. One who is pure in heart is attracted, never attracted by the external energy, which urges the individual soul to try to dominate material nature. The pure heart of a devotee is never disturbed when he executes devotional service in the form of hearing, chanting, remembering, etc. In all, there, in all, there are 9 processes one can follow in the execution of devotional service. In any case, a pure-hearted devotee is never disturbed. The Bhakti Yoga process must be carried out by avoiding the 10 offenses one can commit while chanting the Maha Mantra and the 64 offenses one can commit while worshipping the deity. When a devotee strictly follows the rules and regulations, Bhakti Devi becomes very much satisfied with him, and at that time he is never disturbed by anything external. A devotee is also called a Muni. The word Muni means thoughtful. A devotee is as thoughtful as a non devotee is speculative. The non devotee's speculation is impure, but a pure devotee's thought thoughts are pure. Lord Kapila and Shukadeva Goswami are also called Muni, and Vyasadeva is addressed as Mahamuni. A devotee is addressed as Muni or thoughtful when he purely understands the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The conclusion is that when one's heart is purified by the association of devotees and by the avoidance of the offenses committed when chanting the worshipping the Lord, the transcendental name, form, and activities of the Lord are revealed by the Lord. Verse 60. Yatredam vyajyate vishvam vishwasmin vabhati yad tattvam brahma param jyotir akashamiva vistrutam. Translation. My dear devotee, the impersonal Brahman spreads everywhere like the sunshine or the sky. And that impersonal Brahman, which spreads throughout the universe and in which the entire universe is manifested, is you. Purport. In Vedic literature, it is said that everything is Brahman and nothing else. The whole cosmic manifestation rests on that Brahman effulgence. The impersonalists, however, cannot understand how such a huge cosmic manifestation can rest on a person. Thus, this inconceivable power of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is not understood by those impersonalists. Therefore, they are puzzled and always denying that absolute truth is a person. This is wrong impression is cleared by Lord Shiva himself, who says that impersonal Brahman, which is spread all over the universe, is nothing but the Supreme Lord himself. Here it is clearly said that the Lord is spread everywhere, just like the sunshine, by virtue of his Brahman feature. This example is very easy to understand. All the planetary systems are resting upon the sunshine, yet the sunshine and the source of sunshine are aloof from the planetary manifestation. Similarly, the sky or air is spread everywhere. Air is within a pot, but it also touches filthy places and sanctified places alike. In any case, the sky is uncontaminated. The sunshine also touches filthy places and sanctified places, and both are actually produced by the sun. But in any case, the sun is aloof from all filthy things. Similarly, the Lord exists everywhere. There are pious things and impious things, but in the Shastras, the pious things are described as the front of the Supreme Lord, whereas impious things are described as the back of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In Bhagavad Gita 9.4, the Lord clearly says, Maya tatam idam sarvam jagad avyakta murtina matsthani sarvabhutani nachaham teshva avastita. By me, in my unmanifested form, This entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. This verse of Bhagavad Gita explains that the Lord is spread everywhere by virtue of his Brahman feature. Everything rests in him, yet he is not there. The conclusion is that without bhakti yoga, without rendering devotional service to the Lord, even an impersonalist cannot understand the Brahma Tattva, the Brahman feature. In the Vedanta Sutra, it is stated, Atato Brahma Jigyasa. This means that Brahman, Paramatma, or Parabrahman should be understood. In Srimad Bhagavatam, also, the absolute truth is described as the one without a second, but he is realized in three features: impersonal Brahman, localized Paramatma, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the ultimate issue, and in this verse, Lord Shiva confirms that ultimately the absolute truth is a person. He clearly says, Tattvam Brahma Param Jyotir Akasham Iva Vistritam. Here is a common example. A successful businessman may have many factories and offices, and everything rests as on his orders. If someone says that the entire business rests on such and such a person, it does not mean that a person is bearing all the factories and offices on his head. Rather, it is understood that by his brain or his energetic expansion, the business is running without interruption. Similarly, it is the brain and energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead that carry on the complete manifestation of this material and spiritual worlds. The philosophy of monism, explained here very clearly, adjusts itself to the fact that the supreme source of all energy is the supreme personality of Godhead, Krishna. This is described very clearly. It is also stated how the impersonal feature of Krishna can be understood. Rasoham, rasoham apsu kaunteya, prabhasmi shashi shuryayo, pranavaha sarva vedeshu, shabdaha ke paurusham nushu. Son of Kunti, Arjuna, I am the taste of water, the light of the sun and moon, the syllable Om in the Vedic mantras. I am the sound in ether and ability in man. Bhagavad Gita 7.8. In this way, Krishna can be understood as the mystic power in everything. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurudmitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangvam Langayate Girim Yat Kripa Tavaham Vande Shri Gurundi Natarinam Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo. So I would like to seek blessings from all the Vaishnavas who are present here. Please empower me so that I can correctly present this topic in accordance with scriptural injunctions. This attempt can purify my mind and the heart and the listeners too. I collected a few points from the class given by His Holiness Lokanath Swami Maharaj. So, as we can see in the last few shlokas, right, um, Lord Shiva is talking about, he's actually, he's advising Prachetas, and during his advice, he actually sings his Rudra Gita, where he describes pretty much everything about the creation, who is Lord Krishna, what is his color, what is ornaments, how one actually achieves bhakti, like specifically in these two verses. And he also specifies how Lord Krishna is a Purusha. He is not something which is thought as a formless. by the Advaitists. So it's kind of interesting, right? Lord Shiva, here he clearly says Lord Krishna is a personality, and Lord Shiva in Adi Shankaracharya, he kind of specifies that Lord Krishna is formless, right? Formless, and also he propagates the Mayavad philosophy, saying that everyone is God, right? You can become a God once you because you're covered. So this is something very interesting. Lord Shiva kinds of points out in two different aspects, but in reality, we understand as a Vaishnava that Lord Shiva has been actually directed by Lord Krishna himself. That when the Buddhism was actually prevalent, so Lord Shiva was uh, instructed by Lord Krishna, go in and then uh, propagate a false religion, so that at least the whole idea of Lord Vishnu was actually to make people at least start believing in scriptures. Mm. We understand that even we all want to become Lord, right? So probably it was a good idea that when Adi Shankaracharya came in this world, and people were really fooled by because of their habits, by blaspheming the Vedic literature, by misusing it, by killing all the animals, eating meat, their intelligence were dull. And one of the prominent thing that prevails in every soul is that they want to be seen as a Lord. So that's why Lord Adi Shankaracharya came in and kind of fanned that, saying that you can become a God. Then for that you need to read the scriptures. And so that way, Lord Krishna instructed Lord Shiva to actually take up the this false religion, and at least by following the scriptures and regularly doing it, so one can become purified. So in fact, this is also not true completely, because Adi Shankaracharya, at the end of his life, he kind of composed Bhaja Govindam, which is exactly what all the teachings are about. What here um, Lord Shiva is explaining. He gave the importance of one particular aspect, Satsangat, right? So Adi Shankaracharya also composed one stanza in the Bhaja Govindam. It says, Satsangatvena nissangatvam, nissangatvena nirmohatvam, nirmohatvena nischalatvam, Nishchalatatve Jivana Muktihi. Being in the company of good people, saints, give rise to non-attachment. From non-attachment comes freedom from delusion, which leads to awareness of reality, and understanding of reality gives rise to emancipation, leading to liberation of soul while still alive. So that's exactly what Lord Shiva is also asking, interestingly, in this verse, that, oh Krishna, oh God, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, I have one desire. What is that desire? That I want to be in the association of your pure devotees. Why? Because they have a pure heart, pure love towards you. And during this process, I'm reminded of one of the words from Nectar of Devotion. Kleshagni Shubhada Moksha Laguta Krit Sudurlabha Sandrananda Visheshatma Shri Krishna Karshini Chasa. So in this verse, um, similar to what it's described in the purport, so Rupa Goswami described the process of devotional service. When a devotee takes it up seriously, when he practices steadily, do um, the rules and regulations, follows the rules and regulations, do's and don'ts, what happens? The first thing happens, or the first two things happens, is the kleshagni and shubhada. Kleshagni means all your klesha, all your material sufferings are removed, and you are awarded the shubhada, or the auspiciousness. And as the devotee uh, raises to even better, starts and becomes more and more pure, what happens? The moksha lagutakrit and sudurlabha sandrananda visheshatma Shri Krishna akarshani. So at the bhava stage, moksha lagutakrit. So even the moksha becomes inferior thing, because it's not connected to Krishna. Anything that is not connected to Krishna, the devotee doesn't accept it. Mhm. And it becomes very rare. And when one raised to the platform of the pure devotional service, where he becomes in the prema stage, Sandra Ananda Visheshatma. What it means, Sandra Ananda Vishesh. Like it's a special, blissful, it's a different, it's a Vishesh. Vishesh is like prominent, right? Something unique. So that is the blissfulness one experience in their heart, which is something that we cannot compare anywhere with this material happiness that we can think. And what happens with that? He attracts the Krishna, Lord Krishna himself. So that's why Lord Shiva is also stating the same thing. First, you be purified from all the material contamination through the steady practice of devotional service. And what happens then? What happens? You attract the Bhakti Devi. Bhakti Devi, or in turns, the devotees themselves, right? The devotees who have the pure bhakti can award the bhakti, and that's the only way we can progress in bhakti. So when we get awarded from the Bhakti Devi, recognized from the Bhakti Devi, obviously there are many characteristics. You don't get affected by any material things. You are happy, you are steady, you are peaceful at the heart because you believe that Krishna is all Avashya Rakshiva Krishna, right? And then you achieve Krishna. That's the supreme. So those are some of the points in short that I could understand. And obviously, the one of the thing which is again and again emphasized is that we have to be away from doing any aparads. So especially the 10 offenses that we chant every day. It's also mentioned that we have to meditate, become a muni, not like the non-devotees who are speculating rather than muni. What muni means is that you are actually seeing through the scriptures. You're introspecting and applying through the scriptures, not by our own speculation. And by following, being carefully avoiding these 10 offenses, as we know, even in the bhava stage, the only thing that can bring us back is the offenses. So by steady practice, we can actually progress to the pure devotional service. So thank you so much.